Hi, my name is Maddy Hwang, and my senior project is America's carbon footprint and how to mitigate the effects. For my product, I am going to try and live a week creating as minimal waste as possible or potentially no waste. In other words, I'm going to attempt to live a week sustainably. So wish me luck and I hope you enjoy. It is the day before my waste-free week starts, and I just got back from the grocery store. I went to both Whole Foods and Safeway, and I bought all foods that were unpackaged. I brought my own containers and my own bags, and this was the outcome. I got a lot of fruits and vegetables, along with some beans and rice, and my protein of choice was salmon, just because I don't eat any other type of meat. But yeah, here you go. This all cost about $60, which is kind of pricey, but I had to buy a lot of foods organic just because those were the only ones that weren't processed and packaged. So while I meal prep, here are some facts about food production in the United States. Food production is the #1 cause to carbon emissions in the United States, taking up 83% of all the emissions that are let out. The reason for this is mainly the mass of food that we produce and also the mass of meat that we consume. The easiest way to cut down on your carbon emissions is to either eat less meat, eat less red meat, stop eating meat completely, or veganism, which is just no animal products whatsoever, would be the most effective way to cut down on your emissions. But if you're not wanting to do that, another thing that you could do is just eat locally sourced foods or organic foods, because those are not produced in the mass amounts that other products are. Here is all the food that I made for this week. I have not finished the beans yet. I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do with them, but they said to let them soak, so they're soaking. And I did end up using some products that were just in my house. Unfortunately, they eventually will become waste. They're not one-use plastic, which is good to get away from that. But everything does eventually go to waste, so just trying to minimize it as much as possible is good. But I caved and I used some of this stuff. So it is right now day 1 of my no waste week. It is in the morning before school, and I'm gonna go around and unplug everything in my house that is not being used because it's just wasted energy keeping it plugged in. So I usually keep my laptop plugged in and charging all night, which is unnecessary. So instead, I'm just gonna start bringing my charger to school. Also, not sure if you noticed, but all the lights are off in my house. That's basically just because if I don't need it, I'm not going to use it. So that's why they're staying off. I am right now on my way to school, and my lovely friend Reagan agreed to carpool with me. And fun fact, just by carpooling one trip, you can save up to 8 pounds of greenhouse gas emissions. So ride with your friends. So I just went to the bathroom, and without even thinking, I grabbed one of these. So now I have to add it to my waist. We are right now outside McDonald's, because it's Monday, so we always go out to eat for lunch, but I brought my own food. I'm right now waiting outside for the bus, and public transportation is a great way to cut down on your greenhouse gas emissions by almost 20 pounds. So just like my computer, I usually just left my phone plugged in all night, but instead I'm just gonna start charging it while I get ready in the morning. Day 2. Every single day I eat a bag of goldfish out of this box, which is the only thing in my locker, but instead I got my apple. Right now taking my dog for a walk, but instead of using one of those disposable doggy bags, I brought along an old takeout bag so that I could repurpose this and not add to the one-use plastic. So I'm right now in the middle of taking a shower. The water's not running because there's no point in having running water while I wash my hair or my body. And another thing that I'm doing is that I'm only using cold water to shower this week because heating and cooling is the #1 energy consumer within U.S. households, and households take up 10% of all greenhouse gases that are released in the United States. So take a cold shower, it's good for your skin, and it'll wake you up. So it's day 3, and I just got home from school, and on my bus ride here, I found out that Pierce Transit, the majority of their buses are electric, so that means that my ride here was most likely 100% from clean energy. And before, I thought that saving 20 pounds of greenhouse gas emissions by taking public transportation was great, but having a 100% clean energy ride home is absolutely amazing, so shout out to Pierce Transit. I'm right now about to head to work, and as you can see, I'm in my car. I was hoping not to have to use it this week, but there's just no way for me to get home after my shift because since it ends late, there are no bus routes and it's too late to be walking home. So I am taking my own car, and if you're in a situation like me where it's just not realistic for you to be taking public transportation or walking, one easy way to lower your emissions while driving your own car is to just go easy on your gas and brakes.
So I just got off of work, and usually after every shift I take home ice cream. So today I made sure to bring my own container, even though everything at work like bowls and spoons are compostable. I thought it'd be nice to bring my own. And also I chose a vegan flavor tonight just to be, extra green, because anytime you could substitute vegan stuff, it's nice to do it.
So usually when I do my calculus homework, I have to use a lot of paper because it's a lot of work. But today, instead, I did all of my work on a reusable whiteboard.
So we just got out of the movies. It is Friday night, and we made sure to buy our tickets online so that our ticket stubs would be on our phone and we didn't have to waste any paper. Plus, we're carpooling. Oh yeah.
So it is the last day of my waste-free week, and throughout the week I talked a lot about how different aspects of sustainable living benefits the environment. But as the week went on, I learned more and more how it was also benefiting me. And I touched on it a little bit when I was like, cold water is good for your skin. But it's much more than that. Not running your water while you wash your hair and your body saves you money. Not having your electronics plugged in and your lights on all the time saves you money. Taking public transportation and carpooling definitely saved me money. I generally spend $40 every 10 days to fill my tank up. That's $4 per day, so $28 in a week. So theoretically, I should have spent that much, but instead I only spent $10, which is just a really big difference. And I know it may not seem like it, but I do think I saved money on food. One, because I overshot it and I definitely bought too many groceries for this week and I have tons left over still. But two, I wasn't going out and eating as much because I always had something prepared for me. And it was nice to know that the things that I did have prepared were good for me. I was eating a lot healthier this week. And I think that also segued into me just being more productive. It might have been because I was like, well, I'm already prepping my meal, so I might as well prep this, this, and this for my future self. But it just led to me not procrastinating as much and taking care of myself a lot more. So it just goes to show how powerful the relationship is between humans and the environment. That if I put in care, attention, or effort, it's going to be reciprocated back to me. And overall, if I could sum up this entire week, I just say it felt purposeful. It felt good to live a life that I knew was benefiting someone, everyone, because we all live on this earth. So take care of yourself and take care of the planet.
So one easy change I made this week was anything that I encountered that was considered compostable, I threw inside this box. So basically food scraps, and then that one paper towel I accidentally used on the first day is in here. And then I threw my box inside of my yard waste bin so it can now be repurposed instead of just going to garbage.
So I am about to go to bed. It is the last day of my attempted waste-free week, and here is the outcome. So I wasn't able to get it down to zero waste, but the average American produces 30.8 pounds of trash per week, and I was able to get it down to this. And I didn't weigh this, but I can guarantee it is nothing close to 30.8 pounds. So I would say this week is a success.